Hi. What's going on, Sapphoros? Don. Money Mitch. Scuba. What up, Don? We missed you, man. I feel like it's been a long time. I feel like it's been a long time. I'm just saying. Enjoying some snack packs? What up, Brent? How are you, man? Oh, I'm good, dude. I'm right. Hey, it was a chill day. I didn't do much. I rested. I tweaked my back a little bit. So I'm gingerly running around, but I'm not as bad as I have been in previous months. Okay, so yesterday we sold out. Easy. Microphone is on. You need to relax. Are you sure about that?
Why?
Because that smile on your face knows that you just messed up. So say I'm sorry and continue playing.
I'm SORRY.
Thank you.
With a capital A.
Saw an article the other day saying that people don't eat snack packs anymore. I just thought maybe you're goofy behind, doesn't Mr. Article Writer? I agree. Caught a little of the show yesterday, lurking in the shadows. SDCC should have not treated you like DSAC. Oh, listen. Sapphoros will tell you, I am not the only person that felt that way. As it turns out, more and more people are jumping on the SDCC was trash wagon. Or I should say SDCC was garbage truck. So I feel justified in my opinion. Kind of got into it with someone on Whatnot about SDCC thing this morning. Someone said, "Oh, it wasn't like that." Oh, really? Oh, well, would you like to see the videos? Because Mrs. the Breaker has videos. That was absolutely like that. Listen, we are supposed to start going on Whatnot eventually. So what I'm about to say is...
Welcome to my underground lair. You're just in time. Enjoy the share.
Is that lady, 30 months? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. It's like, I'm sorry I missed the tea. There's a lot of cool people on Whatnot. There are, but a lot of people on Whatnot are businesses that failed in brick and mortar and elsewhere, and Whatnot is their final bastion. More and more people that are becoming part of the fallout of the major autograph disaster, you're finding are rebranding and going on Whatnot and selling those boatloads of fake signatures. So Whatnot is being infiltrated with a lot of that fallout stuff from the fake signature man cave thing. Lee is on Whatnot. See, he's awesome. Scuba, big favor. What is it, man? Do you want me to chew some gum on stream? Is that it? Is this a muckback gum thing? Oh, this smells so good.
What?
You want a little bit? You want a little pinch? Want a pinch?
What type is it? Oh!
Oh, absolutely, Sapphoros. But listen, man, I said this a couple of years ago. I said, I gotta watch what I say right now. According to this legal document I received on June 17th, 2021, from the law firm of Hodgson and Russ, I have to be very careful of how I say things. Um, Discord. Sepulros. Send. The new junk wax era. The new junk wax era is about 3 years old already. I left a prominent role in the sports card breaking industry because I didn't like the direction the sports card industry was going. That's the statement I'll go with. And I did tell people on my own channel, all those VODs are deleted, by the way, back then, to be very mindful of what they buy. Now, I did not know if this thing was going on at this scale. I wasn't knowledgeable of that. If I would have been, I would have been an absolute whistleblower on that. But there were things that just weren't right going on, that were plain as day, that I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So, you were at Michael's today grabbing a frame, going back tomorrow, because I forgot to ask, what dimensions are the turtle poster? I'll have to measure it for you. Let me whip out my tape measure and measure it for you. Because, you know, I'm on camera. I always need a tape measure within reach.
I'm trying to blow out a bubble.
Please don't do that on the couch. If that gum drops on the couch, I'll be forced to sell you into a labor camp.
Oh, what is that?
That couch costs more than our cars put together.
Okay, and it's not important.
It is 24 by 18 by 24. Oh. Money Mitch is shading me. I'd hate for pure honest truth to be said to the masses. According to this letter dated June 17th of 2021, sent by the Hodgson Rush attorneys at law, I can't tell the masses. Hey, I love you, but get off camera, get off stream. I gotta work and you're not allowed to be on stream. Okay? Skedaddle. You have a tablet, an Xbox, and a Roku that has Crunchyroll and Demon Slayer on it. The fact that you are over here right now blows my mind with all of the stuff you have.
That was
Sephiroth is like, that really explains things about other stuff and things. Yeah. Sephiroth gets it.
What does he get?
Now, mind you, not to go down that avenue.
Son is annoying kids.
But my cousin is a lawyer who practices in the state of New York. And I sent a response letter clapping back, and nothing ever came of it. But I am mindful of things. If I had Crunchyroll, I would never be seen again, right, Hellbolt? Suppose I got picking up what you're laying down. What up, Dangle?
You just
I'm mopping up what you're spilling.
tangled.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just say it could have got messy quick for both sides. Well, actually, I really didn't do anything wrong. Oh, Cal Lutheran. I digress. So, folks, I have to say this. I'm legally required to say this by law. I have Alex Ross boxes. I have graded metal boxes. And I have a signed certified. If not tomorrow, then next week, I will be doing a couple of select There Will Be Blood breaks. They are going to be just to move some stuff quickly. If you can read between those lines, to free up some space, and you're going to want to be part of them. So just an FYI. Done for the week. Scoob's like, and I'm out. So, tomorrow's meeting, if we have one, will mean that I could possibly have them tomorrow. Or at least one tomorrow. If, because Doug is at the National, if he is not able to do a meeting, then it'll be pushed till next week, Wednesday. That's it. That's all I got for you. The 11 minutes, we can shut it down. Oh, I saw that video of that girl absolutely losing her mind. Now, here's what I love about that video, Sapphoros. If you listen to her complaint, she goes, I would have ended this 60 auctions ago. What up, Paul? Lady, if you're over 60 auctions into it and you're gassed after 60, that's a good night, kiddo. Put it to bed. Put it to bed. You don't get mad for selling 60 items and then items 63, 4, and 5 aren't up to snuff. Kid, that's called burning out your pool. Yeah. Yep. If you're going to make dollar auctions, be prepared to sell them for $1. Just saying. Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to close that just in case somebody decides to buy something. I need to keep that open so I can hear a ding. There we go. No, we're talking about Whatnot fails. There was a viral video of this girl going nuts because a couple of boxes of cards sold for like $6. And she's like, if I would have known this, you were going to quit on me, I would have stopped this 60 auctions ago. So basically she's implying after 60 auctions, her heat finally went down and she was screaming at people. It's all right, Dangle. Yeah, I know it's gonna be a great event. We're just chirping about Whatnot. I have to, and I have to do it. I have to figure out how we get on Whatnot. I think Kate is also going to dip her toe into Whatnot. I'm sure Brownie is happy to hear about that. And I think between Kate and I, we're going to put our heads together and figure out how to get on Whatnot. And then we would be doing Whatnot Wednesdays. So we have talked to Lee about it. Lee's model is a bit different. The issue is we would have to change a lot of the verbiage, and we would have to the way we would conduct business, because we use a blind box system, would be different. I mean, I know how to create a channel, and I know the basics, but there's a lot of legalese that we would have to go through, and Doug would have to sign off on percentages that they take to make sure it's worth our while, because our percentages, depending on what we're doing, we don't have enough wiggle room to give a third party 20 or 30%. And by that I mean Ask Saga. Oh, I know. There are, exactly, and we got to make sure we do it right. Blind boxes are all the rage now. It is pretty bonkers. It's 13%. Yeah. We don't want to be on Whatnot if it's going to cause an increase in our prices, unless we are specifically making things for Whatnot. Now, when I say that, we will be, I'll say this very openly because we'll be mentioning it on our Discord. If we make products that are specifically for Whatnot, we are going to be letting all of you know that it's specifically for Whatnot. There will be items that we are making that are only available on the site and through Twitch and through the Discord for all of you. Those will be separate items. There may be like leftovers from stuff from you guys that end up on Whatnot, which is kind of the thought is you all are our primary people. We would not do anything to undercut all of you. So our thought for Whatnot, thank you. Our idea for Whatnot would be what doesn't move to you in the initial sell or the initial product creation or whatever you want to call it. Then remainders would end up on Whatnot. We might do a couple of like specific Whatnot things to get people to come to the regular channel, but the problem is you cannot refer people to a website for buying from Whatnot. Now I can have my website in the background. So Star Trek boxes are going to Whatnot. Actually, when we ended up, I think we almost sold those out when we did them for $50. We did those in the animes. We blew them out for like $50 in that. We did a Black Friday on them. And I'm pretty sure we sold through a gang of them when we did the Black Friday sale of those. I don't think we've ever done something that more than 50% was not sold secondarily. We've always cannibalized something to make something else. Just like, for a perfect example, the last Signed Certified didn't sell. There was 5 left or 6 left. So we recycled the... Hey, Daddy, could you please open that for me?
Hey, Daddy, could you please open that for me?
Yeah, this was a tough one, buddy. I get it. This one requires a little bit of skizzers.
I love my abs.
And some of those books went into other projects. I can point them to Instagram. What's going on, Fortier Prime? Fortier Prime. Hello, friend. Can you share an interesting factoid? Absolutely. As long as it is family friendly, because we do have kids in here, I would love to know a factoid. He's like, yeah, open my fruit gummies, you peasants. Exactly what he said. Don, yeah, Jimmy loves fruit snacks. I would argue that's his favorite snack. A bit childish. It's a little PG. Well, PG is fine as long as it's not if just don't swear is what I'm saying. There's literally a 9-year-old. My son streams with us. By the way, I am DC. This is DCD Collects. We are a channel that is family friendly and inclusive. We sell pop art. We sell pop art and we sell collectibles and signed comics and a whole bunch of things that you can imagine. We support artists and we have a lot of fun here. You always, it's true. It's true. How have I've heard that you always pee-pee when you poo-poo, but you do not poo-poo when you pee-pee. Jimmy, what's that saying? Papa. What is the saying? Poo-poo time, pee-pee time? What's that? What's the thing you used to say? No. Sometimes it was that never mind, buddy. No, that is a great factoid. Thank you. It is true. It is valid and true. Otherwise, there'd be a whole lot of mess. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, my friend. We were actually just talking about we do graded comic things. You go to dcdcollects.com, which is this.com, if you want to just take a look through our stuff. But otherwise, we're currently talking about how bad San Diego Comic-Con was. Because you can find us at almost all of the California cons of consequence. I need to save that statement for later. And we were just at SDCC, and it was no bueno. Where were we? Come on, my ADHD is kicking in. When I think about it, I think Money Mitch will agree. Needs way more chairs to sit down. Oh, absolutely. SDCC was very... If you are over the... I want to see it in 20 years when everybody involved is 75, 80, and then it's all chairs and no booths. It's just people sitting, complaining about the state of comics. That is going to be Comic-Con 2045.
Hey, you see, they drew cleavage. I can't believe it. Hey, come. Hey, this guy took my chair. Hey, I only have 2 chairs. I need a third one for my legs.
That's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen.
Hey, how dare he? I swear I saw the Power Girl's ankle. Oh, I'm unbelievably upset.
That's going to be Comic-Con 2045 when all of us are like, I gotta sit down. SDCC is in decline, especially when booths got exclusive items or other booths then sold them 80% markup. Yeah. So, here's an example. We went there and there were entire booths dedicated to Pop Mart resales. That is Pop Mart items, aka Labubus, Little Monsters. And it was simply all Pop Mart stuff. But Pop Mart was there with stuff at retail price. Why would you set up a Pop Mart resale booth when Pop Mart is going to be there at retail? Not necessarily the best business decision. With that said, I paid $60 for a Labubu on a secondary market, so I mean, they got me. But in my defense, I wasn't allowed to wait in line because I had a professional badge and not a paid badge. So, I mean, I kind of disproved my own point to a degree. What else did I have for everybody? I thought Jimmy, did I bring something from home that I wanted to show people?
I don't know.
I did not. I thought there was something I wanted to show people. Oh, hey, check this out. Look at this big nasty. Oh my. I love you, Hellbolt. How about that little nugget? It did come back a 9.8. That's a pretty prize right there. Now we got to figure out what to do with it. Almost got out of the booth with it. Yeah, that was big. And Blind Cat got a big one too. His Frank Miller Mark Teixeira Wolverine came back a 9.8 too. That is a pretty big nasty book. ¿Qué? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, papi?
My package. For them.
Oh, I know, buddy. Don't worry about it. They're not here. Easy, Trigger. Yeah, we had a mixed bag of books return. We had one book come back a 9.2, and we were like, what? It was the E.M. Gist Virgin Variant Obi-Wan Kenobi #1. And we were like, we wouldn't have submitted it if we thought it would be that low. We tend to be pretty discerning. We had a couple 9.6s come back, which is fine. I don't get too upset when a signed book, even if it's modern, if a signed book comes back a 9.6, yeah, I know it takes away from the value, but I'm not mad from a collecting point of view if my book is still in that great a condition and it's been handled and signed. So we weren't too upset about those. It could be, and unfortunately, once they seal it, you really can't see it. But yeah, all in all, it was good. We had a little snafu. CGC accidentally graded all of the sketch covers as Lee Cozy covers, even though one of them was a verified Daniel Gonzalez yellow label. So, CGC has to redo our labels. There are, I think, 5 or 6 books that CGC made that error on. I believe my book was a 9.4. It was either a 9.2 or a 9.4, my Gonzalez, which doesn't matter. It's not going to leave my collection. And that was because a little bit of surface removed when he pulled the tape off, according to the notes from what I've heard. So I'm not upset about that. I just wanted it encased so that nothing happens to it because it's a freaking oil painting. Speaking of, I need to buy this one before y'all do. I do. I need to buy that one before you do. Your Spider-Man ended up like that? What did your Spider-Man grade out? Or you could just notice that there was surface issues on it? not graded, just so you know, I have an idea. If those edges were painted over, if it was a full bleed paint job, might not be considered an issue because it's covered in oil paint. So maybe we request full bleed on all of them moving forward. Well, he's changed how he's done it since then, Scuba. Those were just from the first run. How he has done it has changed. Oh, look. I bet you that would solve that problem. Get a little paint on the edges. That may need to be cracked, touched up, and resubbed. Just saying. What do you think, my lord? Maybe. We can definitely find out. Oh, Jimmy Bean. I love you, man. You're my favorite dude. I found this. I don't want to give too many details to y'all, but I think I found my new sketch cover person. I'm actually kind of shocked I didn't think about this before. It's at auction right now.
A little bottle of water.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
Thanks, Scuba. I needed that. I can tell you in 3 days about a possible new cover artist. That I have found. Oh, I gotta show you something that is gonna blow your mind. It's on my phone. I can't tell you. So, Brian Aberlin, artist, does a lot of watercolor. Is worked on this book called Spawn, and I was at his table, and my Spawn collectors will probably recognize this. Oh, wow, I don't have the... Really? That is the color key for Spawn 143's cover. So it is Capullo and McFarlane art, not original. It is the shrunk down original art that is then hand colored by Haberlin. And he had it sitting in his book for a G. Now, that original cover is probably, I don't know, 10, 15,000 for the original art. But wouldn't it be nice to at least have that? I sent it to Carlos, and Carlos is like, why would you do that to me? That's not fair. He had a bunch of pages of Spawn that he worked on, that he had the color keys for. But they were in and around 300 to 700 a piece, depending on content. Most of them were in the 5 area. Yeah, he's like, poor Carlos. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, ask him if he'll take a trade. And I'm like, I don't think he wants to trade it. Man, I was nearly certain I brought something for show and tell. I guess I didn't. Oh well. Listen, I can't have it together all the time. Only most of the time. Oh man, listen, my ManBot is always available for viewing. That doesn't need a special time. It is on view Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's it. So, those who didn't go to Comic-Con, how was your weekend? It was not. It was something I got in the mail. I think it went directly into my portfolio at home. That special tracksuit you traded for. Yeah, I am a little bit too big to fit into that. I need to drop about 20 to fit into that. That does remind me, I was going to reach out to an eBay seller and see if they wanted to trade, because large was the most in-demand size, trade for an XL, and then I would pay for shipping just so that they didn't lose any money on the deal. I did ask if she would want to sell you the Wonka. She said no. Listen, she wouldn't sell it for less than $150 anyway. You're better off getting it from eBay. I'm still waiting for the first golden ticket to go on eBay. I will. She won't care. She makes me cry all the time. Dolphins make you cry? I can understand that, Darius. Ugh. dolphin safe tuna? I thought the dolphin gave it some extra body. I really liked it. I like Darius Rucker. Didn't he get busted for having ecstasy and psilocybin? Bedazzled, is that the one with Brendan Fraser and that girl with the face and the hair? Sounds like a party. Brendan Fraser did a movie. It was not really well deceived, if I'm not mistaken. It was really, really well received. I remember watching it and thinking it was fine, but they were just trying to put like two of the hottest people in Hollywood in a movie at the same time. And the script, they wanted to be a John Hughes film, but they weren't. Elizabeth Hurley. She's still beautiful. I don't know how much it costs to maintain that youthful look, but she's still beautiful. Elizabeth Hurley and she's from Mexico. Hitman's Bodyguard. Selma Hayek. Elizabeth Hurley and Selma Hayek have not aged. It's a remake of an 80s movie called Hunk. I didn't know that. Why does that sound familiar? I watch a lot of bad 80s movies on purpose. $1987. Holy crap. I've seen that movie. Yep, I've seen that movie. Not at the theaters, but I've seen that movie. Oh, it is bad, yeah.
Welcome to my underground lair. You're just in time. Enjoy the share.
Carlos! Buddy, thank you for the sub. How was the soccer game? It is, because they get it all the time, Scoobs. Got to be more original. You have to stalk her when she leaves and ask her when she's not working. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, listen, the good news is, Carlos, you learn more from a loss than you do a victory. So more knowledge was gained than would have otherwise occurred. No, it's not stalking, it's dog walking. You're just walking your dog after hours around Panda Express. There you go. See? That's not strange. Well, I mean, it depends on how far you live from Panda Express. I live 2 blocks away from Panda Express. It is within the realm of possibility that I would walk my cat to Panda Express. You get away with a lot if you have a cute dog. 25 minutes? Yeah, no, there's no reason you should be walking your dog near Panda Express. Here's what you got to do. You got to go to the bathroom. You got to get the beans above the Frank, zip it up, and request emergency services. That way she will never forget your face and name. Yeah, Money Mitch is like, whoa. More of you laughed than were balked at that, so don't give me that crap. Just because you're hiding behind the keyboard and screen, and I'm the only one with a camera on, doesn't mean I know you didn't laugh at that. Yeah, he would zip it up and then walk away. Oh man, somebody wants me to do some work. But it's good work. It is good work. So I didn't want to say this. Have you seen my baseball? Did you know I'm about to open 2 things right now, Carlos? Lady's like, you're terrible because I'm right. Listen. When we launched this product right here, we packed it with a lot of massive names. And Carlos, I'm going to just flatly out say this one. The best books, the top 5 books, the top 6 books have not yet gone in this right here. And what's happening right now is 2 of these are going to be opened, and all of you are going to have your collective minds blown by the 2 names that you see inside of here. I should say not just Carlos, Lord Brownie, who also purchased one in the beginning. 6, the top 6 names have not even been pulled out of here. The first 2 were not the hottest of the names that we had. Now, mind you, this everyone can't be the greatest. They all can't be Todd McFarlane. But you guys didn't even scratch the surface of this one. Lord Brownie is going to independently verify that statement with number 10 and 2. Oh, my lord, I gotta get your purple. All right, I gotta use the other camera for this. These are too big to open on the small camera. But they're big enough that you can see them on the other camera, so there's no switcheroony. I don't even know how you got the beans above the Frank. DCD Collects proudly presents Signed, Certified, and Delivered. 10 out of 10. My lord. Give me the 2 most wanted or the Venom. Well, that's pretty crazy. How about The Mandalorian Season 2, number 8? Baby, you can drive my car. That was number 3 on the list. E.M. Gist. That is the Trinity Comics exclusive. You sold the case of 1700s? Good. I told you. The first two that went were not indicative of how great this break is. And now, my lord, DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered 2 out of 10. I know, Lord, that's why I said, well, look at this. How funny, because you just got back yours. That is also a 9.8. And there's Venom Deadpool What If. Oh, man. Scotty Young. This is the El Quinto Mundo. I told you, this is a fire blind box. And when those two opened yesterday, don't get me wrong, 2 very important names in the game. But of all of the names that we had in there, I was like, man, okay, yeah, Tynion, one of the best writers of our generation, arguably. Some of the most complex storylines come from Tynion. And I was like, but what about the artist? So finally, the cover artists are popping. And let's do the math here. Let's go through this. I want to actually go through this with you. That one is now gone. That one is now gone. That one, signed by Donny Cates, is still there. The J. Scott Campbell is still there. The Frank Cho is still there. The Kare Andrews is still there. That's gone. The John Boy Myers is still there. That's gone. This is a triple signed Kare Andrews, Roy Thomas, and Benjamin Percy. That triple is still there. And I believe those are the last 6. Unless I missed one, which is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, those are the 6. All the hotness, all the heat is coming at the end. I mean, obviously besides these 2 gems. Brownie, I can't jam all my stuff in your box. I'm going to have to get you a bigger box. Speaking of fire,
So we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore.
Donny Cates is also a massive writer. Image, DC, Marvel, all the big ones. Donny Cates actually was away from writing for a while. He was in a near fatal car accident and took an extended period of time off in writing. And I actually heard about this from Jonathan Bolerjack. But Donny Cates is back, and he is writing his own series that comes out this summer. And it is a big step forward because this will be the first series that he is fully going to be developing since the car accident a couple years ago. So Donny Cates, the reason why some of you may not have seen much by him is he was in a near fatal accident. Carlos is like, I'll take the other Venom. Did you ever give us those lick sticks that you ordered in the People's Order that were... Oh, no, that ended up being either a scam or stolen. They were declared arrived, but my apartment building never got something. We did get a refund, and then I never heard from the company again. Jam all my stuff in your box. Brownie, I can't jam all my stuff in your box. I'm going to have to get you a bigger box. It's true. It's true. It's valid. It's valid and true. All right, I had a phone ding. What does phone ding say? Carlos! Carlos! Carlos, listen, man. Hey, if you pull that Savage Rogue, there's a trade that could happen immediately. Very possible. No, that's what happens when you have the caps lock on already. Uh-oh, number 3 is next. Hey now. Hey now. All right, Carlos. DCD Collects proudly presents Signed, Certified, and Delivered. It is a 9.8 CGC Sig Series comic. The question is, which one is it? 9 of 10, Carlos. Oh, that's a big dog right there, Carlos. Triple signed. Thomas, Andrews, and Percy. Ooh, baby. Yeah, man. See, listen. Here's what happened. Doug, Trevor, and I had a conversation about this, actually. I got to share it with you. Full transparency. So we launched this product like, hey, we got a pretty good signed, certified, and delivered. This is pretty exciting. I'm stoked for it. I think when people start opening this, it's really going to pop off. I was like, we're excited. We were so excited about this one. We built another one. It is sitting right next to me for us to launch when this one sells. And the first 2 comics came out, and I was like, oh, the Deadpool went. Cool. I know people that want the Deadpool. And then it was like, everyone, you just bought those 2, and then nobody bought any more. And I'm like, you didn't hit the fire yet. Now you guys are rapid firing. Now it is, this is what we wanted you guys to hit early so you could see how nasty this run is. And when I say this run is nasty, the next one is, if this is an 8.5, the next one we're doing is a 9. We have two, we actually swapped out a couple of selections from this one into the other one. But this is indicative of the break. Carlos hitting it home. Let me see if I can, hold on.
A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water. A little bottle of water.
Thanks, Carlos. I needed that. Whew. It wasn't that far away. I can't actually. I'll be able to show you probably tomorrow. Oh, well, number 3 has been sniped. I love this. Not only number 3, but lucky number 7 as well. It is a twofer. Mr. Young. Mr. Young sitting in the shadows. He's like, you know my number. Sitting in the shadows going, not only can I get number 3, but you're giving me lucky number 7 too? Oh, I'm in. That's a no-brainer for Mr. Young. And now we're 3 away from the Walt Simonson giveaway. Oh, Mr. It's a trap. Mr. Young, let's go blue for Mr. Young. There we go. That's a good color, blue. All right. Hey, Mr. Young. DCD Collects proudly presents signed, certified, and delivered. It's number 3. Good old number 3. Hey, Mr. Young, what do you want to see with number 3? This is probably one that everybody wants because it's number 3. We have not been, I think, thinking back on it, the last probably 10, 15 runs, I think number 3 has only failed us once. He's going to pull my number 2. More than likely, just rip it, he says. Get it over with. That is Donny Cates. That is the crossover featuring a Todd McFarlane cover. Venom called it. That's not Venom. That's Spawn. Donny Cates is the reason I can't sign my stuff just DC. Because I've known Donny Cates' signature from working at the other place. So I always knew that I could not just do DC. Check this out. She's reading a Shadowhawk comic. That's a Shadowhawk comic. Nice little detail. Hi, Mr. Young. Lucky number 7. Lucky number 7. DCD Collects proudly presents Signed, Certified, and Delivered. It is a 9.86 series comic book. 7 of 10, Mr. Young. I feel like this is the other Kare. John Boy Myers. This is such a sick cover. Venomized War Machine. And it is a custom Venom label. I do not know. This may be the limited edition Venom. So, fun fact, some of these custom labels that they do with the extra thing on them are limited edition labels. They will do them for a short period of time and then they will never remake them again. I don't know if this is one of them, but it's worth looking up. And people will literally look for, if 2 different comics are a 9/8, it'll come down to the label that they have on them. Carlos says, please show Mr. Young my Batman. Dang it, are you kidding me? The 2 I want are in the last 3. I'll show you a Batman. While I'm up. That is the Batman. First appearance of Clown Hunter. James Tynion IV. What up, Detroit? Well, we know what the last 3 of them are. See, that is why we like to focus on smaller runs. 10, 15. I know we have, this one is a 20, but this is more of a finer art run. But we like to stick with 10 box runs because it's a blind box. We want you to be able to keep tabs. If it's a run of 250 like other companies do, you have no idea what's gone and what's still there. If we do a run of 10, you can keep track of exactly what's there and then kind of, make your own assumptions and percentages, if you will. So I always push for smaller runs. I would have loved to do Graded Metal as 2 10-box runs, but I got outvoted. No, I got told by Doug that it was a 20-box run, and that was the end of the conversation. What up, Panda? How you doing? We are just burning through Signed, Certified, and Delivered. There are 3 left. And Lord Brownie is debating, Lord Brownie and Mr. Young are debating buying it out to get the last three books, because two of the three we know are being hunted for by Lord Brownie. And Mr. Young, he just knows that the last three are great. And he likes to play spoiler. Yeah, it absolutely, Sepulros. Doug's vote is 1,000 to DC. It's one, yeah. It's true. If Doug's like, hey, this is what we're going to do, it's like, oh, this is what we're going to do. If Doug wants my opinion, he'll say, hey, what do you think we should do? And then I'm like, oh, I think this. And he's like, okay, that's a good idea. But if Doug's like, here's what we're going to do, that we're going to do what Doug wants to do. I have only one time ever said to Doug, I understand why you want to do that, but let me explain why I think this is what we should do. And I had to give like a 10-point bullet point statement. And I was like, that's why I think we should do it that way. He's like, that is a good reason. Let's do it that way. No. He did agree. I was like, I came with full firepower. I was like, this is based on previous sales. This is based on how fast this moved. This is based on, I was like, I really want to persuade you to think about this. And he's like, okay, you made some good points. I'll do it. I'm not going to say, because it was something that was wildly popular, and I don't want it to make it look like that he had a decision on something that ended up being wildly popular that was different than the wildly popular thing that came up with. So let's just assume anything that was wildly popular was Doug's idea. And that'll make everything so much easier. Everything, all the good ideas were Doug's, and one was mine. That is how we will chalk it up. This is our, I don't know, like 100th. I don't know how many products we've made. 10-page essay, single space. That's right. Humble. That's right. That's right. I do know my role. See, Donny Cates did King in Black. What else? I talked about Paul yesterday. I didn't mention Kate's project yet. Story time. Your story or mine? What would you like a story about? Yeah, Katie After Dark 2 is very far in development. She's almost done. How about another SDCC? I think hey, you know what? I'll tell you a good story. I'll tell you about the hotel we stayed in. So I, as you can imagine, I stay in a lot of hotels. Planet Honey Director's Cut? Oh my, I haven't thought about that dream since I told you guys about that dream. I don't even remember what day I talked about that dream, but I need to go back to that video and write down all of that stuff. Because once I verbally diarrheaed that dream, I have very little recollection of it. Again, remember, I have cognitive issues due to more than likely CTE from the hundreds of concussions I've had. If you define a concussion as any time you hit your head and see stars, I've had well over 100 concussions. In the 4 years that I played football, 3 years that I played hockey, my time in the military, 2 major car accidents, street fights in Donnybrooks, MMA, I've had well over 100 concussions, if that is your definition. If your definition is being knocked out, then only twice. 3 times. That's why I should do the medieval fighting, right? You hit me in the head, be like, ha, you hit me in the head. My strongest defense. For those who don't know, Sepulros and I like to send each other obscure sports from around the world, mostly Russia. Although we were watching the Pillow Fighting Championship. Or at least the rules to the Pillow Fighting Championship. The dumbest combat sports known to man or woman. Yeah. Yep. Isn't that where football on ice is from? So you are the Pat LaFontaine of breakers. One more good hit in the head and his career's over. That's right. It is. Yeah. Except for I've never broke my jaw. Ever want to know who would win by throwing someone into a giant tire? There's a sport for that. He's more of the Paul Correa. One bad hit, and you just hate the game. Like, oh, I don't like doing this. I do it because of I do it because I like to be famous. God, there's a name I haven't thought about in a while. Paul Correa. So somebody's like, I don't want to hear that story. All right, then. Mr. Young said, I am not interested in your story. He was number 2 and 3 with Waugh after Gretzky for a long time. Scott Stevens made him hate the game. He's a surfer now. Good for him. Quite a few less concussions in surfing. Stevens is a turd, and I'd say it to his face. Mr. Young threatened, nobody took him serious, and now he's laid down the hammer. Listen, there's one thing I've learned about Mr. Young. If he threatens to do something, it's because he's being a nice guy and he's subtly warning everybody in the room that something is about to happen. Mr. Young does not make idle threats. I'm thinking about buying the other 3. If you were thinking about buying the other 3 and Mr. Young just said that, you got timestamp 8 minutes. You got 8 minutes. 10-minute head start. I have seen pretzel cutting competitions. It's not just pretzels. They cut like multiple different items. The pretzel's the most famous one. I think the pretzel is the championship. Like when Lord Brownie bought out a whole run. Yeah. Oh my goodness! Ladies and gentlemen, raid! I am looking in here, I'm like, Dank Oreo? That was in Be It Easel's stream. I was watching Be It Easel before I went live. Hello, Be It Easel. I don't know why, my dear. I don't know why. My alarm did not go off. What's up, Dank Oreo? Jason, so Jason Enos, we have this. I was watching. I was actually one of the first 15 people in the room before she got started. Just so you know, Be It Easel will be changing the time of her streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They're going to be a little bit earlier now. So if you're a Be It Easel fan, I will help with that announcement. Hello, everybody. Oh, thank you so much for dropping in. Be It Easel, thank you. I love you so much for bringing all these wonderful people. Casey Snowart is here. Hello, Christmas Cat, how are you? No, you are welcome. Thank you. I love you all. I am DC. This is DCD Collects, and we actually work with artists to bring original art into the hands of many, many people all around the world. And right now, we are actually about to finish off an entire run of graded comic books that are signed by artists and writers. What's up, Jack Lantern Art? How are you doing? I don't know why my raid alarm isn't going off. That is crazy. Goodness. Homeburger, how are you? It's like a hamburger, but you eat it at home. Do you know Domo Stanton? I don't, but you could make the introduction. So Mr. Young, somebody from my stream, just threatened to buy out an entire run if nobody else did, and that's where we are. I'm well enough, and much better for seeing such a well-sculpted mustache. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yes, I put time in. I do. The beard, I had a miscut. It's over here. So I've been turning to see, like, oh. What up, Christmas Cat? Thank you so much for the follow. So I've been using this side of my profile because this one I had an oopsie. He does inks. I may not know them yet. But I am at almost all of the Comic-Cons in California, so if they are in California or go to either WonderCon, LACon, Comic-Con Revolution, or up until next year, San Diego Comic-Con, I would. The other side, one died is Simon's yelling his spades. Listen, hey, I was more worried about the mustache, and I put so much time that sometimes things get missed around here. Am I going to TwitchCon? No, so I keep getting asked to go to TwitchCon. My dear friend Lee Cozy is always invited to TwitchCon, and he's like, dude, just come. You can like sleep on my floor and hang out. I've just haven't. I haven't gone. I'm afraid if I go, people are going to discover me, and then I'll be so busy that I can't spend one-on-one time with everybody that jumps in my chat. Thank you, Jack Lantern. I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Scuba's like, you sleep on the floor. Yeah, I'd sleep on the floor. Hey, listen, I'm a simple man with simple needs. Give me a roof and a chilly floor, and I'm golden. I'm heavier set, so I need it to be nice and cool when I sleep. That is right. Our dear friend Kate Crawford, a.k.a. Katie Bear, will be there. She's always awesome. Is that a right hand of doom in the corner? Not only is it a right hand of doom, it is signed by Hellboy himself. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it is. It is. And he inscribed it Hellboy. Ron Perlman, my dear friend Lee Cozy, who I just mentioned, got to do a signing with Ron. And I was like, oh, dude, I need you to sign the bank. Because it is a bank. This is from, yeah, PX Previews. I got lots of stuff. What's going on, Rebel Art? Speaking of lots of stuff, Rebel Art Design, designer of pins, keychains, and anything else that you can imagine, ultra limited runs. He has now entered the chat. But first and foremost, before we get too carried away, because I also have ADHD, Be It Easel, if you have not run away, is there any project or any site you want me to plug? Now, I know all of my people follow you. But in case somebody watches this lovely VOD afterwards, what can I talk about and plug for you, my dear, because of your beautiful raid that you have given us? I think she ran. Listen, I get it. I can be long-winded. I would run too if I saw my face. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. I mean, let's be honest. There's 69 people in the chat, and that is 58 more than I had, and I know my 11 all know Be It Easel because we rate her constantly. So, what up, Prue? How are you? Her love for us cannot compete with her love of French fries. I was competing against French fries? Say no more, fam. I'll take the L. What's up, Prue? Good to see you too, baby. All right, so listen. It's the old raid and fade. Were they curly? Ooh. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. All right, poor Mr. Young is waiting for these delectable comic books. So, if you would like to see some of what I do, I'm about to show you. This is the comic book side of what we do. I do have original art things to show you as well. So if you hang on just a few brief moments, you'll get to see some original oil paintings, amongst other things. So, hang tight. Mr. Young's like, you're good. Take your time. You're a busy man. Mr. Young, no, man, listen. You, sir, are amazing. Dank Oreo, I did see that you had mentioned you do make your own fries. The question is it peanut oil or vegetable oil? Hang tight, hentai. Hang tight. Learned how to do it yourself the other day. I made accidental fries. I just happened to be boiling some grease and I dropped a potato that's sliced into slivers on the way down. Olive oil. Oh, man. And then you do like a little garlic parm on those fries or little white truffle. I'm sorry. I don't want to get into it. All right, Mr. Young. Let me write your name on this box so that I know they're yours. Mix the oil. It's the best of both worlds. That way you can get twice as many people that are allergic to react. There we go. Now we can kill 2 diners with 1 oil. My goodness, that's a terrible thought. All right, folks. It's that hive mentality. Yes, thank you, Carlos. Carlos is better at my job than I am at my job. Carlos, 77, Carlitos Way. DCD Collects is the website if you do want to peruse what we are doing. You'll see a few things are sold out. Don't mind those. Things move quickly here. Salt and pepper and lemon pepper. So I'm from Buffalo, New York originally. But I am now in California. I grew up in the wing capital of the world, and even though I grew up there, I can tell you there's nothing wrong with a good lemon pepper chicken wing, especially if you take the dry rub and turn it into a nice marinade. We need a command for the website? Listen, Scuba, I am not technically inclined. I am lucky that I can keep all of this going at the same time. So, I do need commands. I don't even have a Nightbot. What up, Dangle? How you doing? All right, so let me handle Mr. Young. Mr. Young. DCD Collects proudly presents Signed, Certified, and Delivered. Each package contains one 9.8 SIG Series graded comic book. You got number 6 out of 10. I know, right? Poor Nightbot doesn't get to hang with us. Alrighty, friend. That is a 9.8. Oh. My comic book people will know that signature. And they'll know it even more specifically by that style. That is J. Scott Campbell. Certified 9.8. Yes, he has a very noticeable style. I actually got to meet J. Scott Campbell at Amazing Las Vegas Con. One of the nicest guys. Actually had a bit of a conversation with him. Noticeable, yeah. And we actually talked about drawing women in a tasteful manner. And I said, Mr. Campbell, I love your work. I love red hair, and you draw some of the most gorgeous redheaded women in all of comic books. I was like, but of all the things that you draw, what is the number one thing that you enjoy drawing? And he says, I've drawn everything for both companies, and I have to say, I always come back to Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy will always be some of my favorite things to draw. So, not only did you get a J. Scott Campbell 9.8, you actually got something that he has admitted to me on camera. We have a video of it that he enjoys drawing. So, not only is it a great piece of work, he enjoys his work as he does it. Is his style in your face? Oh, hey, careful now. This is a family-friendly PG-13 channel. All right, Mr. Young. DCD Collects proudly presents Signed, Certified, and Delivered. You got number 5 out of 10. Now, everybody, what's going to happen after I open these last 2 envelopes is something we do here at DCD Collects that kind of sets us apart from everyone else. We have a giveaway. At the end, I will take all 10 names of the people that got into this particular break, and I will put them into random.org. And then after I random it 7 times, somebody gets this 9.6 Walt Simonson True Believers King in Black Beta Ray Bill number 1 for free. Why are we giving it away for free? Because it came back a lowly 9.6. And we can't put a 9.6 in an all 9.8 project, can we? No. So we're going to give it away. All right, Mr. Young. There it is. Another very distinctive artist. That is Mr. Frank Cho. I also had a conversation with Frank Cho in Las Vegas. I said, one of my personal favorite comic covers you have done is actually a Fantastic Four cover that has Sue Storm being hit with a spotlight, and as the spotlight goes on her, she's starting to turn invisible. And he says, I know exactly what cover that is. I don't think I'd be allowed to make that cover in this day and age. But here's a cover he is able to do. Mighty Avengers numero uno. Frank Cho. So, Christmas Cat, that is an amazing question. Thank you for asking it. CGC uses a grading scale from 0 to 10. 10 being the highest. That is a perfect comic book. It means the actual edges are all clean. There's no feathering in the corners right here when they fold. The staples will be centered and sunk in properly with no rust. There's no abrasions or scratches or removed coloring from the cover or the back. And typically it also means that the pages interior are going to be all white. Over time, traditionally comic books that were made, I would say pre-1998, had almost a newspaper type paper to them, and that would typically turn a brown or tan when it is exposed to the elements and sun. Now, modern comics do tend to alleviate that issue with the way that they're covered. Lowest is technically a 0.5. Hey, thank you, Sparrow McGee, for the follow. I appreciate you. 9.5, correct, is technically, because if it rates a 0, they won't label it. But Scuba's right. 0.5 is the lowest. Now, 10s are sensationally rare. 10s typically are foil-based covers, metal covers, or square-bound books that don't have staples. Most comic books are done in a traditional bifold with a staple. Bifold? Bifold. Bi is 2. 1 fold, 2 parts, whatever. You get my point. So 9/8 is widely accepted as the benchmark for a very pristine comic book. So when you are sending your books to CGC, you are looking for a 9/8 or better. Now, don't get me wrong, a difference between a 9/6 and a 9/8 will not typically be visible by the naked eye. However, a discerning collector is going to want the best possible quality that they can get, and 9.8 is that benchmark. Anything above 9.8 is considered amazing and miraculous. There are 9.9s and 10s. I've seen and held them both, and those fetch massive premiums on the market. Any typical collector that is trying to collect their comic books and protect them would be very happy with a 9.8, as that has become the benchmark. I'm sorry. I love talking about things I actually know. And this is one of the few things I do. So there is a beautiful Frank show for you. You have back-to-back artists that draw very recognizable women. And the final box of the run. DCD Collects proudly presents, signed, certified, and delivered, a 9/8 Sig Series comic book, number 1 out of 10. Alrighty, the last one before the giveaway. So me just removing it from the case and reading it like a regular book would enrage collectors? It's funny. Not necessarily. There are people that actually buy graded comics to free them. So there are a lot of people that say, no, books should be read, not encased. And this is the one that our dear friend, Lord Brownie, was looking for. This is the Kare Andrews Rogue Savage Land numero uno, signed in that beautiful red. A great cover. Nice. So this actually was only released 4 months ago. This is a fairly recent book too, by the way. All right, there you go, Mr. Young. Congratulations on your new acquisitions. 3 great books, 3 great artists. But now this is something that my viewers have been waiting for 2 days now. And everybody that jumped in, now that you are my viewers, you are going to see us give away this comic book for absolutely free to one of the people that bought in. Excuse me, agua break. With talking like that, I drink a lot of water. All right, folks, this is random.org. I will random these names 7 times. These are the 10 names. Lord Brownie, Carlos, Lord Brownie, Lord Brownie.
A little bottle of water, a little bottle of water, a little bottle of water.
Thanks, Don. I needed that. Lord Brownie, Carlos, Lord Brownie, Carlos, Mr. Young, Mr. Young, Mr. Young, Mr. Young, Mr. Young. As you can see, there was a bit of a battle for these books amongst 3 particular collectors. And yes, in the past, Lord Brownie has just been like, I'm going to buy all 10. Give them to me. It happens here. All right, whoever's name is on top at the end is the winner. Good luck, everybody. All right, big money, no whammies. Survey says Carlos! Hey, buddy! Congratulations! You, sir, are the proud owner of that Walt Simonson signed 9.6. Hey, buddy. That's very nice. That's very nice. There you go, man. That is yours. Oh, I'm sorry. I probably should have trigger warning. I yell a lot. I tend to be a little loud. Now, I know Be It Easel has her moments too. Mine tend to come across on the microphone a bit louder than hers. But there you go, Carlos. That is yours. Let me step aside to get everybody's items into their mailbox. All right, this is Carlos. And this is Mr. Young. Woo! Okay, friends. So that was the comic book side. Let me introduce you to the fine art side that we also do. I'm going to speak to you now about one of the many artists we directly work with, and one that I happen to have directly on hand. His name is Daniel Gonzalez. Daniel Gonzalez is actually a fine artist in the field of Western art, and we met him in Ontario, California about 2 years ago, where we were set up. We were talking to his friend Kai, who is now a DC and Marvel cover artist. And Daniel came by and said, you know, I would be really interested in doing comic book covers too, because I do a lot of original oil painting and art. We were not prepared for the amazing things that he had to share with us. Let me show you right now. We will kick it off with something that is very indicative of his Western art style. Camera adjustment. All right, let me get some focus. Let me get some focus. Focus. That's right, you tell him, Jimmy.
What is 9 plus 10?
Let's get it a little closer so you can see the finer details. How do I not know how to use a mouse? Oh, there we go. So this, believe it or not, is an oil painting on a comic book. I mean, look at the vulture. He does unbelievable work. And if that's not your thing, let's play Count the Cats. This is Catwoman #1, another oil-painted piece. The way Daniel draws women is realistic. He is a true artist in the term of studying the human form and relating it directly into the art. There's no comic book exaggerations. This is what a woman is going to look like if she is leaning back in her chair with her 3 cats. And if you notice the sunglasses, giving her own cat ears. And another one of his beautiful, realistic women. How about Wonder Woman? Each one of these are individual works of art juxtaposed with a piece of pop culture. And very well done. In addition, we actually have a run called Graded Metal, where he did mini oil paintings of famous Marvel characters that go with graded cards. So you get an original graded card, similar to these. All of the ones in the packages are between a 7 and a 9. The giveaway is a 10. This is about a $300 card that we're giving away for free. Each of the cards will come with an original piece of art by Daniel Gonzalez, and they are made as an homage to the piece of art that you are receiving inside your pack. So it is a very inexpensive way to collect original oil-painted art that blend in with pop culture, and it's delivered in a fun blind box. The great thing is we show everybody every single piece of art that is inside these envelopes. So you can see your own personal high and your own personal low. There's nothing hidden. There's no, we're showing you this piece of art, but it's not in there. Everything is broke live. Everything is broke on camera. So there is no skullduggery. It is all on the level. And fun. And that is what we do. Dangle, actually, yeah, man, we talked about that while you had stepped away. We had a small reenactment of that insane woman on her Whatnot channel. And I had mentioned, I was like, hey, listen, if you're complaining, you're like, oh, I should have stopped this 60 sales ago. If you're hitting 60 sales in one show and you're mad that the sales are tapering off, that's a good day. Don't get mad at the end. You had a great beginning. We do actually put a lot of secret stuff in there. So if you do go to the site, DCD Collects, you'll be able to find a multitude of different things that we have, and just give us a holler and we'll get them made for you. Yeah, sorry, Dangle. Hey, listen, buddy, I am here yelling at the camera every day, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I should say. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You know I'm here at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm not here at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm here at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. Boy, if you logged in 3 hours early to see me and I wasn't there, that would be a disappointment. But Dangle, you know when I'm here. If you leave, that's on you. Favorite is when they sell 10 copies of the same thing and get mad that the last couple don't sell. I've had that happen before, Michelangelo. But we didn't get mad. We just bought stuff to replace it with. And did a swap out for variety. Because, listen, sometimes creative problems need creative solutions. And that's what I try to do. Whew. Oh, what is next? We are going to, again, not tomorrow, maybe not even next week, but possibly next week. I'll let all of you vote. Next week, I could drop another graded comic run out of 10. If you are a bit spent on graded comics, I get it. We can push them back to whenever. It's ready to go. It just needs to be put up on the site. So you let me know if y'all are interested in more graded comics. We can get those done. I have some White Elephant There Will Be Blood breaks that we can do as well, which are a fun and engaging way to move some of the stuff that we have laying around. Carlos is like, yeah, you better push that back, homie. So there is a plethora of things that we can do this week and next. How about some baseball football? You want to talk about baseball football? You want graded bananas? Well, the only problem is it's likely not going to last well after grading. Is this blah 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 blah? Oh, all right. We got a couple of things to open. Don't leave. I've got more for you. If you'd like to see some original art, here we go. Milord, you are dipping your toe into some Alex Ross art. For those who don't know, Alex Ross is an extremely famous cover and interior artist. He did the cover and interiors for a very famous DC run called Kingdom Come, where basically the Justice League is aging. They are all in their 50s and 60s and are struggling to maintain their control on the forces that be. He always has that booth at SDCC. It is massive. And he has actually a private lounge inside of it. And in addition, we're going to see some of that original button. No. We're going to see some of that original art right now, too. Because Lord Brownie says, I'm going to need one of those. If you're wondering what these numbers mean, then ask. No, I'm kidding. I'll tell you. What we do is we number all of the envelopes live on camera. And that is going to be the first column that you see. It's just the list. Then I go to random.org and I random those numbers 7 times. That gives us this list, list C. I only give out the boxes in the order that they were random so that nobody could ever accuse us of handing hot boxes to people that are in the industry or are regular buyers. We are 100% transparent. We do everything in public where it can be seen live on camera so that nobody can worry about, oh, that guy buys up a lot of things. He's going to get all the good boxes. Not possible. Everybody gets a fair shake here. I told them I wouldn't uproot my family from New York and bring them here unless we had full transparency. All right, my lord, let me get you your royal purple marker. And we're going to do silver on the back of the black. Now, Lord Brownie, this is actually for the Marvel medal. This is the last box of the first half of the run, which means if you can guess which piece of art you're going to get or which character, you would be calling your shot and you would get your very own DCD Collects called Shot Glass. So, what do you think, my lord? Who is inside this envelope? Now we know that one is gone. We also know that, where is Namor? Namor is gone. Also, the Jean Grey sipping the coffee is gone. Venom! Hey, Venom's a good choice. All right, here we go. DCD Collects proudly presents Graded Metal. Original artwork by Daniel Gonzalez. This is going to be number 18 of 20. My lord, would you like to see the art or the card first? It is your call. I am but your humble servant. Show me the art. All right. All right. He says Venom. Angel. Oh, look at this piece. Goodness gracious, that shining armor, the wings, the refraction of the sun to give it a halo. There it is, Archangel. Same character, different era. That is a Mint 9 Silver Flasher from 1995's Marvel Medal. A nice little piece to your collection. Listen, I can't get enough of Daniel Gonzalez's work. I'm telling you, as soon as I get permission from my wife, I am buying the Catwoman above me. All right, my friend. And you are also in the double giveaway. One giveaway is the Gem Mint 10 Iceman and companion. The other giveaway is just zany. It is the original 4-card promo set from 1995. And not one, not two, but 4 original mini oil paintings by Daniel Gonzalez to add to your collection. Yes, the giveaway, no exaggeration, is about $700 worth of stuff. I still don't know how Doug was able to do it. I'm not going to question. I am simply going to pass that deal on to you and not make a big hullabaloo about it. In addition, you also grabbed our DCD Collects X Alex Ross box. Hey, listen, that sentence, not as easy as you'd think. Go ahead, rewatch the VOD and try to say it 5 times fast. Double dog dare you. Inside here is going to be a graded signed comic. Is going to be a print, an additional comic, and maybe something else. We only made 5 of these. Number 2 is yours. All right, let's start with the old print. Oh, that's a good one. Hey, tell me, what do you think of Wolverine? There you go. What else is here? Oh. Hey, Emma. That is the Virgin variant cover. Here is your mini print. Spider-Man. You have the Emma from before? I will see if I can find one to swap it out for you. I don't know how many we have left. And finally, oh man. How about that timing? How about Fantastic Four? 9.8, Alex Ross. Isn't there a movie? Fantastic timing. There you go, homie. I did not see the movie. I will tell you, and Lord Brownie will be excited, I actually went and saw Superman instead. And boy, did I love Superman. I want to be mindful of your print, so bear with me. We have a trade. All right, I will head over to the trade section of our Discord. Oh, for those that are still hanging around, we have a private Discord that are for people who make purchases with us. That way there's no unwanted soliciting. And inside there is sections with memes where you can show your art and your work in progress, as well as general information, announcements related to the site, as well as, excuse me, I drink a lot of carbonated water. I'm sorry. As well as a trade section if you would like to trade with somebody else that is in the group, you can go ahead and negotiate your deal. And if I still have it on hand, I will go ahead and send it to that person so that you don't have to worry about shipping costs or that person not sending it, back to you. Now, mind you, it has never happened in the 4 years we've been doing this, but it's a nice guarantee when available. Hey, Katie Bear, how are you? Can you send it to DC? I busted my head open. I'm having trouble with my passwords. What? Mr. Young? All right, that's fine, man. I saw the agreement. Let me just hit the Discord real fast because I've had a lot of concussions. I need to do things when I see them. Batman for Venom. All right, done. Mr. Young, trust me, brother, while I don't know the entirety of your year, I can relate. It has been a tough year. What up, BK? How you doing, homie? All right, let me knock out this trade real fast. I'm doing a trade. I promise. I'm not doing anything else. Just a trade. Of course, that Venom is way back here. Is this the Venom we're talking about? Alrighty. I'll get her done. All right, sorry for that. See if I missed anything real quick. All right, there we go. We talked about Daniel. We saw some Alex Ross. We saw some graded metal. We sold out of all of our graded comic books. I've spoken a lot. Does anybody have any questions for me that are related to what we do? If not, I'm going to be honest with you. It's almost going to be time for us to raid out. I do have a 9-year-old with me, my buddy Jim, and it is getting close to Jimmy's bedtime. But I would love to field questions if anybody has one about collecting, what we do, or anything else. I am here for you. All right, Don. Hey, man. Have a safe drive home. Tell the wife and child I said hello. Please. Let's see what we could do. Who do we want to raid? Do we want art? Do we want music? Do we want games? Do we want Mystery Science Theater 3000? Yeah, he would. It's true. Jimmy would take over if I let him. Need to get a dub before bed, though. Get those dubs. Man, I almost want to raid Bob Ross just because it's Bob Ross. Felicia Day is on.
You gotta keep them separate.
Oh, no, she's not doing anything fun. I got you, Scoobs. I see your vote. Most of my people are in bed. I'm old. All right, let's take a look. Art. Smee. Spelling it out in case people were confused. Wasn't a double vote. I have a few artists on my other channel. Let me see if any of them are awake. No. Nobody is awake. All right, folks, we will have some fun with Mystery Science Theater 3000. For those who do not know, what I will not be tomorrow going to the casino to watch Darius Argyle. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Good, enjoy that. Mystery Science Theater 3000 was a tremendously awesome show. That it was really the original spoofing of film. It was a low-budget way to bust up low-budget movies. Folks, some of you have never seen the end of my show. Most of you have. There is something that every single night I tell everybody that is very important to me and should be very important to you as well. And that is this. Gentlemen and ladies and everyone in between, I love each and every one of you. Please do me a favor. Take care of yourselves and each other so that we can do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow we will possibly have a couple of games going on. If not, definitely next week. I want to give another shout out to Be It Easel. Thank you so much for the raid. Everyone for staying. I appreciate you. 90% of you are still here hanging out, and that means the world to me. So thank you. Take care. I love you all, and good night.